Hi, this is Keeping It Real with Jackie. There's a wide definition of what a parent is. A parent is an extension sometimes of the parent. When my sister had her first son, it was like I gave birth in a way. In a point in her life, she decided she didn't want to be a full-time parent, so I took him over. And his first couple of years of life, he called me mom. And I never heard someone call me mom. And I started paying for his daycare, picking him up from daycare and taking him to daycare in the morning. And it broke my heart when, as they say, leave them like crying. They'll stop once you leave. But the hardest thing is walking out that door when a child is crying. And ever since then, me and him has had this bond of like a mother-son relationship. And I always say to him, who do you have? Who do we have? And he says, we have each other. And I've always had that bond with him because he's always been my baby. And it's been hard watching him struggle, going from pillar to post with his mom. And off and on, he's lived with me since she came back into his life. And when he used to cry, it would break my heart. And when he used to cry for my best friend, who was like a father figure to him, like if he didn't see him, he would, or if he felt he didn't get enough time with him, he would cry. And he's always been sensitive, but I've always understood it as he never had anyone, and the one person I always told him would never leave him is me. And it scares me now that he's an adult, because I see him making mistakes and I don't know how to fix the mistakes. I want to shake him or run up to him and say, please don't make the mistakes. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to your future, because I see him married or having children of his own, and me watching him get married, and I see so much for him happening, and I see him in a career, and I want him to have the world. I want all my nieces and nephews to have the world, and to know that life is not handed to you. They're all my children, and I want them to succeed and be happy. Even though I'm too young to be a great aunt or anything, I want to see them do better than us, me and my siblings. I want to see them do more with themselves. And when I see them making mistakes, it's hard for me to see. And I wish I could give that to them. And the one thing I always cared about my best friend was he was always there for them. And when we stopped somewhat talking, it broke my heart more, because I never wanted them to be affected by him not being here. I never meant for them to be hurt by that. And I see that when they've talked about him, that they miss him and they miss how it was. And I feel like I failed them. And I feel like I let them down. And when you have kids, all you want to do is hold them and protect them and love them and tell them it's okay to mess up. It's okay to make mistakes. But please pick yourself up. Brush yourself off and keep going. And this morning I was talking to my nieces about school, and I told them I want them to be better than we are. I want them to strive for everything this world has to give them. And don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of learning and growing. And I told them, like, don't curse. Don't look at us as examples. Look at us as, this is not what I'm going to do. Because cursing is a way of, to me, cursing is a way of being unintelligent. And if you can't find a proper word, I even told them something my best friend used to tell me. Instead of saying what the F, he would say what the freezy. And I told them, say that. And come up with better ways to communicate with people. Don't be afraid to show that you're smart, that you matter, that you are someone, because you're everything. And that conversation to me this morning meant a lot, because I want them to know I care. I'm here. No matter what, I will go to bat for them. I will fight for them. And I love them.